Bonjour à tous, welcome back to the French desk. Today we are going to begin another new lesson of our book on chanson. That is Leçon 3, Les Habits. Let's read this dialogue given here. Hey Paul, did you know the world's first fashion magazine was launched in the 17th century in France? Oh, that explains, well, Paris being the fashion capital of the world. Okay, now this particular dialogue given here. Sylvie says, Salut Marie, qu'est-ce que tu portes pour la soirée? Hello Mary, what are you going to wear for the soirée? Soirée is an evening party. Tu portes is the form of the infinitive verb porter, which means to wear or to carry. Marie replies, Salut Sylvie, je porte une robe avec une belle écharpe et toi? I'll wear a robe is a dress with a beautiful écharpe is a scarf. And what about you? Sylvie replies, Je choisis une jupe rouge avec une chemise blanche. J'aime la couleur rouge. I choose a skirt, jupe is a skirt, rouge, red, avec une chemise, a shirt, white shirt, blanche. J'aime la couleur rouge. I like the color red. Then Mary says, Super, d'abord, je finis mes devoirs et puis je m'habille pour la soirée. She says, Great. D'abord is okay. I'll finish my homework or my work. Et puis means then. It is a conjunction in French. Je m'habille pour la soirée. I'll dress myself for the evening party. S'habiller, it is a different category of verb which we'll be studying in the subsequent lessons, I guess. This means to dress oneself or to get ready. Okay? Then Sylvie says, Moi aussi, je termine mon travail. I'll also end my work. And then she says, D'accord, à toute l'heure. See you on time. I hope you've understood this part. Moving on to the question and answers. Répondez aux questions suivantes. Comment s'appellent les deux filles? Comment s'appellent les deux filles? I hope you are able to understand what this question is asking. How do the two girls call themselves, or what are their names? Les deux filles s'appellent Sylvie et Marie. Quel habit choisit-elle pour la soirée? Sylvie choisit une jupe rouge avec une chemise blanche. We just read this. Et Marie choisit une robe et une belle écharpe. Okay? Dites vrai ou faux. Tell true or false. Marie porte une jupe, c'est faux. Sylvie choisit une jupe rouge, c'est vrai. Les deux filles choisissent des vêtements pour la soirée, oui, c'est vrai. Sylvie finit ses devoirs, c'est faux. C'est Marie qui finit ses devoirs. It is Marie who's going to finish her homework. So this was about the text. Now we are going to read about les verbes. Very important. If you want to master any language, you need to have a strong grip on its grammar. So we are going to read about verbs today. There are 3 categories of verbs in general in French. First group of verbs end in er. For example, parler, aimer. Parler means to speak, aimer means to love. Second group of verb is IR verbs, verbs that end in IR. Example, finir, choisir. Finir means to finish, choisir means to choose. The third category of verb is those ending in RE. Attendre, descendre. Attendre means to wait, descendre means to descend or to climb down. In this chapter, we'll study the first two groups, that is ER and IR. Okay? The first group of verb ER, to conjugate the first group of verbs in the present tense, we follow the following steps. I guess in the previous video, I gave you an introduction on this conjugation. So we'll quickly revise it again. Remove ER from the end of the verb to form the radical, which in case of porte is pour. After removing the ER, we add the endings E, ESE, ONS, EZ, ENT. This you have to learn by heart and remember this. We add E with the pronom sujet je, ES with the pronom sujet tu, E again with il and L form, ONS with the nu form, EZ with the vu form, and ENT with il plural. Okay? Let's see how they've conjugated the verb. Here, hence we have conjugated verb porte as follows. I just told you about the pronom sujet. These are called pronom sujet. So, je porte, we've removed ER and added E to the radical. Likewise, tu becomes porte, tu porte, il porte, nu porto, vu porte, il porte. Similarly, aimer, which means to love or to like, we write j'aime, tu aimes, il aime, nous aimons, vous aimez, il aime. This is how you also pronounce these verbs. Whenever we have je and m, the verb starting with a vowel and the pronom sujet ending in a vowel, we remove the pronom sujet. We remove the E from the pronom sujet and we add an apostrophe here. So this becomes j'aime. And also, when we have the verb starting with a vowel, like in this case, we pronounce the S at the end of these pronom sujet. Nous aimons, vous aimez. This becomes nous aimons et vous aimez. But in other verbs that do not start with a vowel, for example, in porter, we do not pronounce or stress upon the S in nous and vous form. We would say nous portons, vous portez. Okay? So this is what you should keep in mind. So here are a few verbs ending in ER with their meanings. I'll quickly pronounce them. What you can do is you can pick any 2 or 3 verbs and try to conjugate them on your own so that you get a practice of doing the conjugation of the verbs, because it is an important question in your exams. So, and if you have any doubt in doing that, you can always reach me out via the comment section. I'll help you. So, jouer, which means to play, écouter, which means to listen, étudier means to study, arriver, to arrive, accepter, to accept, donner, to give, parler, to talk, allumer, to light, montrer, to show, marcher, to walk, préparer, to prepare, fermer, to close, laver, to wash, crier, to shout, pleurer, to cry, payer, to pay. So you should also try to learn these by repeating them with your friends or discussing with your friends and teachers in class. And try to frame sentences now that we've learned conjugation. You can try conjugating basic English sentences into French. For example, I like to sleep, I like to eat, I am swimming. Not I am swimming, it is continuous. We are doing present right now. So I swim, I eat, my friend eats, whatsoever. Okay. So this is part 1 of this lesson. Thank you.